So, back from MWC and welcome back to the channel. Okay, some time has passed since the MWC, but it's a lot to take in from such a big convention. A lot of impressions, new technology, new stuff, a lot of people talking to you. But one of the main reasons we made the trip to begin with was to take a closer look at what Huawei is doing with their eKit lineup. I'm sure some of you not familiar right now what that is. So let me break it down for you real quick and stay with me because it's actually quite straightforward. Because we here at TechMagnet, we are the perfect target audience for that lineup. 4 to 5 people, one office, and a great demand for good working network gear, because that's what we do. We produce content, we have to upload all this stuff, we do feedback revisions on our content, we share it with each other. So there's a lot of network traffic going on, even if we're a small team. So we just need network gear that just works without friction and is reliable and is fast and doesn't need any IT infrastructure company behind it that just services the whole thing, or we have to call as soon as something is not working or stuff like that. So we are a little bit above that flashy RGB lit router you get for all the gaming swag. And we're a little bit too small for all that corporate infrastructure with 30 port switches and quantum computing hack protection. Yes, I said quantum hack protection, and that's really a thing, and Huawei really has solutions for that, but that is maybe a topic for another video. The point is, there's a massive gap between those two worlds, and this is where eKit lives, exactly in the middle between those two worlds. And the best thing is, in this case, Huawei doesn't come from a consumer standpoint that tries to crank up their consumer lineup to make it more enterprise level. No, these are the guys that are really making stadiums Wi-Fi 7 ready and bring network to hospitals and really crucial infrastructure out there, and now scale it down for small and middle enterprises. And that's the great stuff here. We have big experience that's sized down for people that are just starting out. And that brings us back to where we are at TechMagnet and to the world they showed us at the MWC 2026. Because Huawei enters the office startup game with 2 new players, the AR180 router family and the new IdeaHub Mini. And while the AR180 is your connectivity backbone that is secure, fast and built for small teams with some room to grow via the Plus and Pro models, the IdeaHub family is a bit harder to summarize if you've never seen one in action. Simply put, they are intelligent screens that run apps, let you share and interact with content, and actually scale pretty far depending on which version you go for. I've used the larger IdeaHub setups in big corporate meeting rooms and they're generally impressive, but let's take a closer look at their newest entry, the IdeaHub Mini. And that one is the entry point into Huawei's IdeaHub family. More affordable, slightly less powerful, but still bringing some generally useful features like an optional mobile stand with built-in battery on wheels and so on and on. But flexibility only gets you so far, and for SMEs that are actively scaling, Huawei has something more substantial to offer. The SME office solution is built around one idea: redefining efficiency with intelligence. It combines end-to-end intelligent conferencing, network security convergence, and high-performance networking, covering everything a growing business needs for fast, stable, and secure operations. Conferencing starts with the IdeaHub S3 Pro. One-click projection via the IdeaShare app over Wi-Fi Direct, no internet connection needed, just download the app and it handles the rest. On Huawei phones and tablets even simpler, no app at all, just tap and your screen mirrors instantly. The S3 Pro runs Harmony OS and uses a unique AI handwriting prediction algorithm that brings latencies down to 16 milliseconds, which is impressive compared to the 27 industry average. And have I talked about the built-in AI that can turn your handwriting into text? Pretty cool stuff. On the networking side, also the AR180 handles everything your office needs from a single box, routing, switching, firewall, all of it. No separate devices, no complicated setups, file transfers are faster, video calls stay smooth even when the whole team is online, and the security features run in the background without slowing things down. The last point matters more than it sounds. A lot of business routers either have decent performance or decent security. This one has both both and doesn't ask you to choose. And the access points take care of the wireless side. They are built for offices where a lot of people are doing a lot of things at once. Video calls, screen sharing, cloud apps all running simultaneously, and nothing slows down. They also draw significantly less power than comparable hardware, which adds up when you're covering an entire floor. And once you have that kind of reliability, low latency infrastructure in place, it starts opening doors to use cases that go well beyond the typical office. And healthcare is one of them. Think smaller practices and clinics. And what HUAWEI showed us at the exhibition could be a real scenario. A doctor working with multiple devices, all feeding data interactively into a central system. Blood oxygen, blood pressure, or even ultrasonic images and more. That data syncs simultaneously across devices, so everyone in the room or remotely is looking at the same information in real time. The remote side is the smart consulting room. Picture a specialist who doesn't have to be physically present to contribute meaningfully. They connected through their own idea hub, and they're not just on a video call. They're actively interacting with the materials, x-ray scans, reports, and a remote expert can engage with all of it directly, so as if they were in the room. For a clinical setting, that difference matters a lot. The on-site side is the smart ward solution. And this is where it gets interesting. Managing multiple patients at once is generally hard for nursing staff. Emergencies happen fast and real-time status visibility isn't optional in that environment. We're talking about lives here. So HUAWEI's answer is the CSI solution, which integrates sensing and communication to give nurses a centralized, always-on view of ward activity. And once again, the Idea Hub is a central element in that concept. That one sits at the nurse station, pulling its patient data and displaying ward information in real time. That alone improves response times. But the hardware making that sensing layer possible is the AP271E. It's a Wi-Fi 7 wall-plate access point whose built-in CSI technology forms the backbone of the monitoring system, feeding the data that enables detection of breathing patterns, heart rate, bed occupancy, and fall events across multiple patients simultaneously. So what looks like a networking access point is actually doing the work of multiple dedicated medical monitoring devices while keeping the ward connected at the same time. And that's the kind of architecture that makes sense in resource-limited settings where adding separate hardware for every functionality isn't simply practical.
Ooh, alright, that was a lot, I know.
And I also know that this isn't our normal content, but I think this whole eKit solution from HUAWEI can help startups to start their journey in their business adventures and can grow with them to an unbelievable scale. And so it can't be bad to know about it if you are interested in making something happening. And the healthcare angle is just super interesting. I mean, for me, that really sounds like the future, but this is stuff really happening right now in another part of the world, but it's happening, and I hope that this soon comes where I live or where we live, and this is just where we all can just profit from technology. Or I love it when technology makes our lives better or even saves life in the case of those healthcare solutions. So yeah, I hope you also found that quite interesting, and if you did, then just give us a thumbs up, follow the channel to see more of that stuff in the future. Let us know in the comments if you want to see more stuff like that, because as said, I know this is not our usual content, so we need some feedback from you out there. So let us know in the comments what you think about stuff like that. And so long, I wish you a beautiful day, and I say bye-bye.